My name is Duane Carson. I've been a long-time volunteer with Special Olympics Ontario. Um, I've attended multiple national games, multiple provincial games at various locations. Attended World Games twice as a volunteer. I'm originally a swim coach. I do run a swim team in the GTA. Which has had many athletes attend national games and provincial games. And I've been able to grow up in the organization, so to speak, from a coach to head coach, mission staff for a couple of different sports at national games, and including head coach and the mission staff for 2 World Games. So I've got a lot of experience to bring to this leadership role as a chef de mission for 2026 in national games in Medicine Hat. And I'm looking forward to being a part of the team. Well, I've always had a goal. My goal was, back probably 10 years ago, to be a team manager for Team Ontario at some point, in my future. And the opportunity came up, within the last 6 months, I guess, as Special O had, I guess, opened it up to volunteers to apply for the position of chef de mission. And it's been a goal of mine to be in a leadership role on Team Ontario. But originally not as chef, but I looked at the application process when it came out. It's been something that I've aspired to be, and I'm hoping to share my leadership skills that I've learned over the past several years with Special Olympics Ontario to bring to this position. And I'm looking forward to working with everyone that's going to be part of this team. A lot of people over the years, a lot of people that I still maintain friendships with. I think one of the key items or the key things that have happened in my, history with Special Olympics was being able to see my older brother, who is a former Special athlete, swim at national games in Vancouver. And that was in 2014, so just over 10 years ago now. And at that time, he was 55, and he was part of the national team then. And that was his third, I believe, national games that he had attended as an athlete for Special Olympics Ontario. And just being able to watch him, in the pool, train, leading up to the games and so on was an incredible experience. That was my first real hands-on time with him as having him as an athlete on one of my teams. And it was a great experience to be with him and to work with him at those national games. As we progress through training camps, from team selection, athlete selection, to become part of Team Ontario, and we will, and we always have gelled as a team. People become friends. It's a great, environment to be part of. Respectful. My goal and my kind of personal philosophy is I want to ensure that we have a respectful team. It's a safe place for people to be, where we can all get along and grow as a team to make it a great experience for everyone going forward to the national games. People will make friends on this team, and those friends will become friends for life. It's a huge honor. And my hope is to maybe break down some barriers for other volunteers potentially to come forward in the future on future Team Ontarios to do that, right? To have that aspiration to, take on a leadership role in the team. Maybe you're considering, moving up, from a coach to a leadership position. My hope is to maybe pave that pathway for these people, to anyone who's interested in doing that role, to put their name forward and do that. So I hope that I can create a great team, Team Ontario, going forward to Medicine Hat in 2026. And that's one of my goals. Goal for the success of the team. Sharing my experience that I've had on past teams, whether it's Team Canada or Team Ontario that I've been on in the past, I can share those experiences with others. My hope is to have some, maybe less experienced coaches joining this team, if they're successful, to join the team, to maybe provide them guidance, and maybe mentor them going forward in this, and kind of, as I said earlier, setting the table for people to aspire to get into leadership roles. To me, the position, there's a lot of people that have done this role before me that I've learned from. previous chefs on Team Ontario that I will, learn from. Maybe take on some of their habits and ideas that have made other teams successful. But I'm really looking forward to this because it's a new opportunity for me. It's a new opportunity for a volunteer Ontario to take on, and I'm proud to be the first one to be able to do this. In the next few months, there will be the call coming out for coaches to get involved in this, supporters in many different levels, financially, fundraising ways, coaching ways, sporting ways as far as nutrition, that type of thing to support the team. It's a huge team. We're probably looking at about 400 people total on the team. It's going to be a massive team to manage, but I'm looking forward to doing that. Of course, with assistance from other people on the team too in leadership roles. I think the message I have for people that are wanting to join Team Ontario is, if you're an athlete, keep training the best you can. Obviously, the team selection hasn't been done yet, but it's coming soon. Hopefully by later this year, in late 2025, we'll have the team selected. If you've been a part of Team Ontario before, you know that there will be training camps coming up. We're anticipating those to be late fall of this year too. It's a massive team, but we'll have a couple of different training camps depending on the sport that you're in. If you're a coach, make sure that your certifications are up to date. Keep on training your athletes in whatever sport that you may be training them in. And, I'm excited to hopefully work with anyone who's willing to join the team, and I wish you all the success. Well, I think knowing that if fundraising dollars, it directly impacts our athletes and allows them to attend games. These are national games, obviously, so that the costs are quite substantial for an athlete to attend these games. We have 10 sports that will be attending these national games in Medicine Hat in 2026. And I just, want to ensure you, if you are fundraising or supporting financially, that your dollar goes a long way to support our athletes, whether it be transportation costs, food costs, accommodation costs, uniform costs, those types of things. And we're always looking for people to support our athletes in different ways, from a mental health perspective or from a nutrition perspective, just general physical care for our athletes too. So, any support is greatly appreciated. And hopefully, if you're considering doing that, you will come on board and support our athletes throughout this journey to the national games. Just stay positive. Know that from my perspective as chef de mission on the team, currently we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make this team successful. I know everyone gets excited about, when will the team be announced. It's a huge team, as I said. There are processes to go through for us to select people to the team. Keep training if you're an athlete. Do the best that you can do. Attend meets and whatever the sport is that you're doing. And do the best that you can possibly do. And just stay tuned, and maybe you will be selected to the team based on your performance over the past, few months or in the future months.